30 days.
He is. He's up in 1 minute.
Did you read all that stuff?
I did.
It is now,
Read the whole code already.
I couldn't read all the code.
it is now 6:35, and I will call the Building and Grounds Committee meeting to order. Sean, I think that you have some information about consideration of an adoption of removal of vegetation and debris from certain lots, and also slum clearance and redevelopment act, so.
Yes, the first one is Title 6, Chapter 54, Book 113, that is vegetation and trash that can be removed from properties. We don't have to legally adopt this, it's cleaner and better if we do. With this will help us with code enforcement, it'll expedite the process, make it cleaner, faster, and much more reliable results. We have to give 10 days notice, 20 if they are certain, if they are in the communications, transportation, certain other fields, we have to give 20 days notice. After that time frame, if they don't have it cleaned up, the city, we will go clean it up, and then we will put that cost onto the tax roll, and then we can collect that with taxes rather than doing it as a standard lien, hoping that we'll eventually collect it when the property sells.
You said 20 days notice?
For certain criteria. If they work in the transportation, hauling gas, if they're in the communication industry, a lot of the others will be 10. So by default, we're going to kind of count for the 20 just because we don't know what everybody does for a living, but that'd be the maximum time frame they would have on that.
Yeah, it's not less than 10 nor more than 20.
Okay.
They have to have notice of hearing.
How does this kind of differ from what we normally do? We just don't have enough teeth.
This will make it quicker. It'll get some more teeth, shortens that time frame up where we can get in it quicker. And then add it to the tax rolls, we have a much better chance of collecting rather than doing the standard lien on the property.
As a former city attorney for the town of Morrison, I know how difficult it is to have any real enforcement power. So I think it's a great idea.
I'll make a motion that we approve this removal of vegetation and debris, TCA 65113.
And I'll second it.
Is it all those in favor? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We will recommend that to the board then. Let's move on to the Slum Clearance Act, TCA 1321. My thing cut off, I'm sorry.
Yes, so with this ordinance, what we'll have to do is create a review committee. What I would be recommending is that the committee be made of 7 members. Those 7 members would review vacant blighted properties, make sure they meet certain criteria. They would send a notice to the owner. That owner has 90 days to rectify the violations, take care of it, whether that's repair, demolish the property, whatever the case is. If not, then it can proceed to this full board. Then you guys can, if it meets all that criteria and you guys wish to, then we can enter in proceedings for eminent domain. The city can acquire the property. We can either take care of it and then sell it for redevelopment. What this does is fills in the gap that we currently have. We can get a very bad house torn down, but then we're limited. That property is going to stay vacant. We have no means to do anything else from there. So this would greatly bridge and fill in that gap that when it becomes time and necessary. It's a very detailed process that would have to go through. They get multiple notices. There's a lot of due process that would have to be followed in it. I don't think it's something that we would use a lot, but I think it'd be a good tool to have for when we do have those cases, that we have that in our tool bag to utilize.
So do you know how do you get on, who puts this people on this committee?
It would be appointed by the mayor and affirmed by the board.
Okay.
So we basically have 7 kind of code enforcement neighborhoods that we have it broken up into, and so the thought is to have 1 from each of those neighborhoods as representation on that. That equally splits the city, so there's 4 representation of all neighborhoods within the city that would be on that board.
Sounds good to me. I'll make a motion to approve the Slum Clearance and Redevelopment Act.
Okay, I have a question. Like currently, if you have to go in there now and let's just say tear a house down. So the city doesn't, well, we have the cost on tearing the house down, but we do not acquire the property.
No.
The property stays in whoever's name that it is.
And a lot of times, if they're out of state or they've passed away and we don't have anybody to go after, then the city's acquiring more costs, absorbing that from mowing the grass and taking care of vegetation, anything of that nature. And then that lot just sits vacant. We're not collecting taxes on it. We're not getting any of that.
Okay,
So-
thank you for
So
clarification.
then through eminent domain, you're going to take it?
Yes, it could. We went through all the process, you'd have to go through proceedings, there's a lot to it, it's not
Yeah.
clean cut, but again, if we run into that, then we could go down that route.
The statute authorizes eminent domain, but to your point, lots of these dilapidated properties end up in the tax sale, and we file a complaint for tax sale every year. So that process is available and probably more expeditious than eminent domain, although it never hurts to have that in your back pocket.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, this will also be recommended to the full board.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, if there's no further business for the Buildings and Ground Committee, I will call this meeting to a close.
6:45, we'll call the Streets and Sanitation Committee meeting to order. There are several items requested to be deemed as surplus. Hello.
Absolutely. We have 5 items deemed as surplus. 4 of the items will be sold on gov deals. One of the items is for scrap, that's the commercial dumpsters. Those dumpsters are not able to be rehabbed, their balls are coming out. They're in bad shape. Side loader truck hasn't been in operation for 5 years, and I was told that it was the original side loader when we first got all of our cans. So it's probably about that time for it. The backhoe part, it's kind of like a transmission. You know, we feel like we wouldn't get much scrap wise, but somebody out there could probably use it. So on Gov Deals is probably the best option for it. And then the last item is the John Deere tractor. Hydraulics are, or not tractor, but zero turn hydraulics are out on it. If we were to replace that, it would cost more than the actual lawnmower itself. At this point, most of these things are just taking up space that we can get money back on, especially the dumpsters. They take up a lot of space.
Those have already been replaced out.
We're working through that. We order them sporadically and are replacing them as we go. But yes, absolutely.
Wasn't there a snowplow in there? Did I make that up?
Oh, yeah, no, you didn't make that up. You're absolutely right. The snowplow was for the old dump truck that we sold previously, the 1986 dump truck that we sold previously. It was made specialty for that, so we really can't put it on anything else. And we already have another snowplow anyway.
I'll make a motion that we approve these declarations.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
All in favor?
It's okay.
That's mine. Mine's the next one.
It's okay, thank you.
Y'all said they're gonna run next year. original one, which was just a blank.
Was blank, right? So we deleted the blank.
Yeah.
At 6:50, we'll call the Safety Committee to order. Up first, Chief Mosley.
I'm requesting the Safety Committee to declare 2008 Chevy Impala as surplus. It was retired from the police service sometime around 2019 and then given to Parks and Rec to use. And then it was involved in a traffic crash which resulted in damage to the left rear. And after that, the fire department utilized the vehicle for a while and now it's become, unserviceable. So we're requesting we declare it surplus and it's sold on gov deals.
I make a motion that we consider declaring the Chevy Impala surplus.
I second that.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. And our second item.
I'm requesting to go with Action Heating and Cooling. We had some sealed bids for the heater replacements up at Station 1. They're 20 to 25 years old, somewhere in that range. We had 4 bids come in. One of them was late, so we didn't accept it. But all the 3 that we did come in on time were all the same type of heater. Warranties are all the same. So that was why I made a recommendation for Action Heating and Cooling. We budgeted $36,000 in the capital for this, and this one came in at $3,400.
Significant savings.
Yeah.
Does this replace all of the heaters that are in there?
Yeah, the hanging heaters that are in the apparatus bay, there's 6 of them.
Okay,
And one of them right now currently doesn't work.
okay.
I'll make a motion to accept that bid.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
We'll recommend this to the full board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else to come before the Safety Committee? Hearing none, we stand adjourned. Thank you. I don't know this. Where is
I've seen craters like this over there.
It's 7 o'clock. We will call to order this regularly scheduled meeting of the McMinnville City Board of Mayor and Aldermen. The first item on the agenda is roll call.
Sally Brock.
Present.
Deidre Dunlap.
Present.
Steve Harvey.
Here.
Rachel Kirby.
Here.
Carrie Morton.
Here.
Carrie Youngblood.
Here.
Mayor Chastain.
Present. Item 2 is the consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion to approve it as read, including the minutes from the September 23rd session.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Sally Brock,
Second.
second by Ms. Carrie Morton. I do have a question regarding resolution number 2025-57 regarding the Board of Public Utilities. I just don't understand that.
You want to move it to the action item list?
Yeah, that's fine. So we are considering the consent agenda less item G. I'll call for the vote.
Sally Brock.
Yes.
Deidre Dunlap.
Aye.
Steve Harvey.
Yes.
Rachel Kirby.
Yes.
Carrie Morton.
Yes.
Carrie Youngblood.
Yes.
Mayor Chastain.
Aye, motion passes. Item 3 is recognition of visitors. If anyone wishes to address the board, please come on up and state your name for the record.
Hey, I'm Lisa Hobbs. I know most of y'all. I'm here tonight representing Magnus Library. My daughter is the interim director now. And Mom said anything I can do to help, so here I am. She was hoping to be here tonight, but one of her staff called out. So I handed this out before the meeting. I hope you had a chance to look at it. I gave up trying to read without my glasses about 2 years ago. So I'm going to slip these on. In September, you can see all the activities at the library. How many patrons? 3,592 patron visits. I mean, I hear people who don't visit the library much saying no one uses the library. That's absolutely false. This library is a necessity in this community. And if you don't have your library card, please get one and get familiar with your library. This is my daughter's added, she says story time has been so well visited that she's added a third story time this month. There's outreach that happens at the library. They're going to participate in the trick or treat. They expect somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 kids to walk through the doors. So come down there and help out if you can and check out their haunted trail, which I did myself if you didn't see it last year. My daughter said, Mom, we need something to keep the kids moving. So I said, I'm hearing haunted trail. So come check out my haunted trail if you want to. It's a little spooky. I'm just kidding, I made that up. Okay, if there's any questions, I'll try to answer them.
So I took my grandchildren to the tea party, and that was your daughter then? I didn't realize that's who it was.
That's not ours.
It was so nicely done.
That's one of her favorite activities.
It was
is
really
the tea
nice.
party.
I loved it.
Anything else? And hopefully I'll be seeing more of y'all, because I'll just give you a secret. I miss this. And I think that makes me a sick individual. But that's okay.
It is okay.
Thank you, Lisa. Item 4 is petitions. There are none. Item 5 is discussion. Item 5A is quarterly report from the IDB.
You should have all received the quarterly report from July, September. 3 little things I just did want to note. Of course, the second bullet was the announcement that we recently had with NEFAB and Polyflex going into the old Aquatech building. So that was a great announcement, $8.3 million with 58 additional jobs. That's moving from the Carrier facility where they were, expansion here. We were able to keep them in the community. And they're also maintaining that lease out there for a possible future project. So we're very excited about that. Second, our Bershba Tower project. It was an affordable housing project. We closed on $15 million for redevelopment bonds. That project has been closed out and we'll start development there. And then, just so everyone is aware, we have the Industry Appreciation Golf Tournament on Monday. We will have a brunch starting around 10:30, so anybody who's available, we'd love to have you at the golf course. Anybody has any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else under discussion? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 6, action items. Item 6A is ordinance number 2025-20, an ordinance of the City of McMinnville to adopt and enact a codification and revision of ordinance of the City of McMinnville and to express the time when the ordinance shall become effective. This is the second and final reading. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Carrie Morton,
Second.
second by Ms. Sally Brock. Any questions or discussion?
Is this the city code?
Yes.
Just out of curiosity, why did we take out, or the city judge being able to sign warrants for arrest? Just no need for it?
I'm not aware of the city judge being empowered to issue arrest warrants,
So it never has been?
not to my knowledge.
Okay. I thought that was a change in there, wasn't it?
Not that I'm aware of.
And the new codification of the code, let me think. No, there was a change in a couple of enforcement procedures in a couple of different chapters. The one where they removed penalty for civil fine because there's a $50 constitutional limitation on the jurisdiction of the city court for a penalty. But for a fine, there isn't the same
All right.
constitutional limitation. That's the only change that comes to my mind. And we read it really closely.
Okay. I just totally made it up.
I'll double check just to be
All
sure.
right.
But one thing that I did want to bring up is something that we missed the first time around. There was a blank where section 8210 speaks to the limits on the number of establishments that can sell beer. Is that correct?
Beer permits.
Beer permits. We don't have a limit, so we updated that to say that. So that's the only change that was made between last time it was presented and this time. But I just wanted to highlight that.
But there is a limit on how many liquor stores.
Yes.
No.
No, I take that back. We argued over that.
Yeah, it was, some of the owners of the present establishments asked us a few years ago to place a limit, and we never did.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It started out as,
When I drafted
Started out
that, I
at
didn't
5,
do
I
it.
think. The discussion, you're correct.
Yeah.
Because that's left up to the state, whether they get a.
No, it's left up
When
to
I
us.
drafted it originally, we had a meeting, and the board at that time decided they were not going to do a limit because they did not want to be the one getting into the financials and deciding who would get a permit and who would not. So the board at that time decided no. So when I drafted it to go to the board, we put no
Yeah.
limit.
I mean, there are some municipalities that do, but
That was on
Yeah.
our end.
we did not.
Because if we said 6 and we decided what 6 would get it, the other ones that did not, they'd be raising the question, well, why didn't you give it to me? And that way you would put yourself as preferential. You would say, hey, you can't have it because such and such. And this way with no cap, whoever the state says is good to get it, states on their decision on the money.
Any further questions or discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Sally Brock?
Yes.
Deidre Dunlap?
Aye.
Steve Harvey?
Yes.
Rachel Kirby?
yes.
Carrie Morton?
Yes.
Carrie Youngblood?
Yes.
Mayor Chastain?
Aye, motion passes. Item 6B is resolution number 2025-57, a resolution of the Board of Public Utilities recommending the Board of Mayor and Aldermen to issue $30 million of electric bonds. Yeah, sorry, Nolan, I missed this today until right before
It's
the
okay.
meeting. So,
I sent it late today, but
I just didn't really understand. I mean, I understand that the city itself is not on the hook for anything, but just kind of what it was for and the rationale behind it.
They're here to talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never been here, so,
Yes. We would like a little explanation. How about that?
And I do have your presentation if you want to refer to it.
Sure, thank you.
Ordinance, and then it's not.
So I guess I'll give a quick, I'm not gonna go into like the whole chick caboodle with it. So, will you go to the financial position page?
Does everybody have this?
Okay, so basically, MES has two substations, west and east. One was built in 1964, one was built in 1974. We have not done any type of major infrastructure upgrades other than replacing the breakers since they were built. I don't know if you remember, but we had 2 power outages back in the summer off of our west substation. That was due to the fact that they're 1964 model transformers. We have 1 spare, they're single phase units, and it will probably happen again before we're able to get them replaced. Transformers typically have a lifespan somewhere between 30 and 40 years, and we have surpassed that greatly. And it's just time. Our reliability is slowly going down, and we owe it to the city and our customers to provide reliable electricity. One of the reasons that we're asking for all of the money at one time is based off of when we're able to get material in. We have to place an order for our transformers now to receive them in 3 years. So you were actually on the board when we placed the order for the new substation that we're building, Bobby Branch. We placed that order last year, so we're hoping to have completion of the substation in fiscal year '27. So to piggyback that, we need to go ahead and order transformer for East Substation this year so that we can potentially have it built out in the fiscal year '29 timeframe, and then West would be fiscal year '30.
So construction started yet?
No, construction for Bobby will start in the spring of '26.
Okay.
We actually just got all the bids in for construction, and we're just waiting for approval to continue, basically.
I got you.
The original plan was to fund it through cash. That's not a possibility, especially after we did our system study to look at the system as a whole to see what our needs were. Like I said, it goes beyond just building a new substation. We've got to upgrade what we already have. So the project expanded, and with that, you have to have money to do things, so.
We'll just start discussion. You can go back.
Any questions for MES staff? I'll entertain a motion to approve their request.
Make a motion.
Motion by Ms. Deidre Dunlap, a second by Ms. Sally Brock.
Thank you.
Anything further? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Sally Brown?
Yes.
Deidre Dunlap?
Aye.
Steve Harvey?
Yes.
Rachel Kirby?
Yes.
Carrie Morton?
Yes.
Carrie Youngblood?
Yes.
Mayor Chastain?
Aye, motion passes. Thank you all.
Press it down. Thank y'all.
Mr. Chair, good to see you as always.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank y'all for your approval.
Item 7 is recognition of employees and departmental reports. If anyone has anything to offer, please come on up.
I just have an update on the CDBG project, Lynn Hill, Locust. That's complete with the exception we're going to go walk through in the morning. Any additional punch list items that have not been taken care of, we'll address those and get them taken care of. So they'll be ready to start doing some milling and paving. So water treatment plant, where they continue to build walls up, you can go see, we've got basically half the walls up close. They're not all poured, but got some exposed, some still formed, so they're on schedule. And hopefully next December we'll have the water treatment plant. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Justin's not here, so I'll go ahead and fill his time up. for everybody. All right, hot topic here, paving. We're expecting to start milling next week, and the week after that, we'll be paving, that's Lynn Street, Locust Street, North High, Walnut, and Hill. So milling next week, a lot of milling gonna happen, then paving. So that's on the docket. Second thing I'm gonna bring up, our Potter Lane project has begun. I don't know if you guys know where that's at, if you wanna go visit it, but they've been doing some dirt work out there, busting up concrete. They have formed up some pads for the gazebo that sits on top of the hill to oversee everything, our bike racks, and our benches that'll be out there. That'll be the only concrete that's poured out there. So that project has officially begun. Appreciate Sidework Solutions. They were on the ball, ready to go. It's been
If
looking
you
good out
don't know
there.
where that is, just ask me. I can give you a guided tour.
Staying on the topic of stormwater, we have purchased almost 400 feet of tile for upcoming stormwater projects throughout the city. So we'll be hopefully beginning and doing that this week and into next week as well. So you'll be seeing some road closures and things going on. I don't know if you've noticed the newspaper or anything, but we had to put in a TWRA project that's happening at Rocket Park. And if you go to Rocket Park, you're going to see a big sign that's going to be posted out there here shortly. TWRA is coming in. They're going to remove a large portion of the area where the boat ramp sits. They're going to be installing a new 75-foot long, 20-foot wide boat ramp out there and prepping the site for a staging area and for our ADA accessible kayak launch that will actually go and sit in the water. So they're coming out there doing a lot of prep work and everything for us. Probably going to happen in the early spring, February, March area type of thing. So if you see that, don't worry, that's the project that's going on and that's what they're going to be doing out there. Another thing, I want to give a shout out to Public Works on the Rocket Park playground that they're working on out there. If you guys get time, go out to Rocket Park and look at the new playground that's getting put up. It is absolutely nothing like anything else we have here in McMinnville. It's new, it's big, it's tall, it can accommodate a bunch of different kids. It's got sensory items. We got a new swing set coming in that's going to help not only just disabled kids, but disabled adults as well. It's been great working with Justin on getting all that done and everything. And Public Works, I think we have a whole new respect for the Parks and Rec Department when we put in playground equipment, because it's not as easy as Part A goes into Slot B. It is tough. But, if you get time, go out there and take a look at it. It's coming along and it looks nice. But that's all I got.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Battle of the Badges is this Friday at Old Silver Thunder, but you guys can come out. We've got some food trucks that's going to be at the Milner, starting a little earlier than 7, so come out, bring the family. It's going to be really great weather. We just looked that up, no rain in sight, so it'll be a lot cooler than years past, but I hope y'all can make it. And we're accepting donations, canned food donations for the food bank and for families in crisis, so all that will stay here local. Thank you.
Thank you.
We had our Citizens Police Academy last week, and everything went well, and they graduated. Friday, we had like 17 of them that graduated, and we had a lot of really good feedback. It was great. Little hiccup with Autumn Street there. Because on Friday was our graduation night and all that, so we didn't actually get out of the parking spot right in time, so one of us might have got locked in. But they got out, so anyway, it worked out. We have, of course, I got 2 in the academy, and they seem to be doing well. I hadn't heard anything or got any news that anybody's got kicked out or failed out or, I don't know, run off or anything like that, so they should be doing good. And like she said, Battle of the Badges is Friday. Hope to see you. Well, I won't see you because I will not be there, and I do apologize, but I will be flying out to Denver to the International Association Chief of Police Conference. And I forgot it was that same day. So anyway, I'll be gone. So I will hope to hear that y'all cheered on for the police department. Maybe a little if you have to with them, but anyway, I hope y'all make it out and everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Mr. Main?
I don't have anything other than to confirm Vice Mayor Harvey sent me the information, and I will follow up on that. It does say judge no longer authorized to issue arrest warrants. So I'll get some clarification on that.
Okay. You know what else I learned? I didn't know we had a McMinnville Cultural Commission.
I didn't either.
It's in the code. Interesting.
Maybe we should all read it cover to cover.
It's long. It's so long.
That's my reading.
Mr. Purtle?
It takes some sleepless nights to read that entire recodification. That's all I have.
All right, if there's nothing else to come before the board, we'll stand adjourned. Thank you all.